Hey, comic lovers, what's up? We are now at chapter 3 of My Student Can't Be a Psychopath. And until now, we are introduced with two characters an infirmary nurse at Amy High School, Yonggi, and a young boy who considers himself a psychopath, a student at the same school, Inte. So, at the beginning of page 3, we get to know about the comic book Inte had been flashing in front of Yongi in the last panel of the second chapter. And we get to know what type of blackmail was the chapter referring to. Inte has been blackmailing Yongi into having the dinner with him, for which he'll pay with his own money by hinting her as what will be the consequences if she does not agree. That comic book is actually a gay comic, and Yongi is the one who drew it. And we all know she doesn't want anyone to find this out at the school that she is crazy about manga. I don't know why though, maybe because mangas are primarily believed to be associated with kids and teenagers or something, and not something an adult should be paying the attention to. So, anyways, we were looking at Inte grinning while blackmailing Yongi. And Yongi did what? She throws him a punch in the stomach this time. You deserved it, bro. After that, while Inte is lying on the ground holding his stomach while other students are gossiping as what has happened, Yongi pretends he needs to be taken to hospital due to critical issues in the gut. While she was dragging him, she asked how he got his hands on this comic. Inte starts to explain, initially trying to come across as a psychopath, as he tells her that this incident took place at night and he happened to follow a high school girl, and how it should be well known that typically most vulnerable prey to psychopaths are frail, weak women. And so he started to run after her. And as a result, she started running herself, thinking he's chasing her. Twist is, Inte wasn't chasing her, but chased by another high school girl. And no, not because of a confession, people. So turns out he got his hands on her ID and URL for her blog from junior high. And these blogs contain gay fan fiction posts, which she was shameful about. So, before moving forward, why does this seem like people do not want their love for gay romance found out? Anyways, so as soon as that other girl running, seemingly thinking that Inte is some kind of psychopath chasing her, or so he thought, stopped in her tracks and makes the other girl realize that she actually is in love with BL romance and fan fiction, and also gave her a name, Pink Condom. And this girl calls herself hom- homo. I mean HOMOE. That is. I don't know how to pronounce that, okay? So, dude, the names are hilarious though. And this makes our Inte a little bit emotional. I remember I still did not tell you how he got his hands over the Evangelion, the comic drawn by Yonggi. Actually, Miss Homo, while making Miss Pink Condom realize her love for BL romance, was carrying this book, which Inte later picked up. And while being questioned by Yonggi of how he got to know that she drew this, he tells her that it was just a hunch. Later, they discuss what they are having for dinner, and yes, at this point, Inte is absolutely doing okay. Condition is Yoongi has to give themselves the ride. Coming into the parking lot, Inte looks at the car and is amazed as the car is expensive and finds it comfortable. He asks if he can try sitting in the driver's seat, to which Yoongi permits and began posing. Yes, Inte began posing, looking backwards while pretending to drive, since he's heard that pose looks hot to the girls, and they go gaga over it. So, anyways, Yongi, looking at his antiques, takes over the seat and tells him to work on that sort of trick when he'll have his own car and license. Yongi meanwhile checks if there's anything behind the car, and Inte blushes while looking at her. Later tells her the direction and receives a call from someone named Park Chulso, to which he cuts, and upon asking, tells it's a spam. On the other side of the call, we meet another young boy with spectacles, and seems he's having some connections with Inte. Well, maybe a friend, or someone Inte doesn't consider a friend but is still a friend, or maybe his brother. We won't know until we are on to the next chapter. So please stay loyal to the channel, and we'll come with the next video. Adios.